Ladies and dirty perverts who want to know how I lost my virginity, you sick fucks. Andy here, author of the best Tinder guide on the internet. This is the Kill Your Inner Loser podcast show. Let's fucking go.
Mm-hmm.
Good intro. So let's talk about how we lost our virginity, because I've told this story in an article. I told it on another podcast at some point, but there's a lot of like new listeners and shit that we have that don't know about my website, that don't read that shit. They probably can't read, let's be honest. If they're on YouTube, they probably can't read. So let's tell them how I lost my virginity, how you lost yours.
Yep.
You go first, because my story is bad.
My story is bad as well.
My story is badder
It's really not very
than
becoming.
yours. Mine's the baddest.
I think we've probably, because we've had sex with quite a few virgins now, we've probably given them a very...
No one likes you bragging like that. That's really disgusting. I have had a lot of feedback, honestly, on this podcast that you brag all the time. Also that you're very crass and that you say inappropriate stuff. I've had a lot of people say that, and that I'm like the classy one here, and that I'm the one that doesn't say anything crass and doesn't brag. I'm not arrogant. They say that you are. So anyway, continue. And also that you interrupt a lot and that I never interrupt. So continue.
The point that I was making is that we've probably given quite a few girls as a couple a far better first time story than both of ours, because...
Yep, that's like us paying it forward because we had it, or paying it back because we had shit first times.
Mm-hmm.
You go first. You were drunk as fuck.
I was horribly drunk.
How old were you? 5 years old?
17.
Okay, that's radically inappropriate when I said. I thought you lost your virginity at 18.
Mm-mm.
You're going to jail.
No,
That's illegal.
it wasn't.
Okay, well, anyway, you lost it at 17.
Yep. I got horribly drunk and...
Well, that is illegal. Hey!
Yeah, technically.
Criminal right here. I would never break the law. I would never advocate anyone break the law or do anything the government doesn't say to do.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
It was actually the night before I got my final end of year results back, which is a fun time. So I woke up very hungover the next day to get my results, which was fun. But the extent of it, I was very sick. I was throwing up a lot and...
Sexy. What a great circumstance to lose your virginity.
Yeah. And then I thought from there it would be a good time to get rid of it. I was I was in a big rush to lose my virginity. I don't really know.
You sound like a guy. That's like every guy.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure why. I just didn't want to have it anymore. So I think part of the reason why I had to get so drunk was because it was with a friend who I wasn't hugely attracted to.
He was an uggo-fuggo.
It wasn't that bad, but I wasn't necessarily attracted to him. Probably more personality-wise than anything. Yeah, that was it. I only remember half of it.
So shit
Not
experience, shit first time, shit retelling of that story too, by the way. But it's funny that you talk there about you wanted to just get it over with. This is something that I think guys don't really, until you've slept with a few girls, especially if you're virgin girls, you don't really contemplate might be a thing. A lot of the virgin girls that we've slept with were pretty fucking keen to get it over and not to get it over and done with, but to lose their virginity.
Yeah.
They weren't sitting, they just wanted to have sex, and we happened to be there at the right place at the right time. You know, your best friend, the first threesome we had, that's a pretty good example. That girl that starts with a K who had red hair, I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about. She was pretty keen to lose it. Who else? There's been quite a few that were very keen. I mean, I guess the girl that we're sleeping with right now, the girl from Brazil, she was fucking keen to lose it.
Yeah, have sex with a guy.
Yeah. And so this comes up a lot, actually. A lot of virgin girls they just want to fucking lose it. And as long as you're in the right place at the right time, you look decent, you do a semi-decent job, you're going to be that guy. Because I get this question sometimes. Guys will be they either want to have sex with a virgin or they're open to it. Let's just phrase it like that. But they think but virgins don't want to have sex. And it's are you fucking kidding? Do you know how many 18-year-old girls on Tinder? It doesn't even have to be a virgin. Just a girl who's not experienced. 18-year-old chicks who just want to have some fucking experience. There's a fuck ton of those girls. But it seems to be that guys don't know that that's a thing, which is weird to me. Because there's plenty. Yeah,
because in my head, and this is probably a very warped way to think, looking back on it, but I had this notion that I was just really I guess lame to still be a virgin.
And that's kind of the sentiment that a lot of the girls we sleep with, some of them have even asked us if it's okay that they're not as experienced as us. And it's like, why would that not be okay? I think most of them have that sort of sentiment. And we're not even talking virgins here, just girls that haven't slept with as many people as we have. They're almost apologetic.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's like you feel insecure. You feel like, well, you know, these guys know what they're doing with sex. I don't want to let them down. And so we have to have that conversation with them sometimes and be like, look, you're going to be shit at the same stuff I tell you guys, which is like, you're going to suck. I literally have to have that conversation with them, or we have to have that conversation with them and say, you're going to suck at this. You're going to be bad. Like, you haven't done a lot. You haven't had a lot of sex. You certainly haven't had BDSM or had a threesome or slept with a girl. You're going to suck at it. That's fine. Like, we'll teach you what to do. Don't stress. Like, we'll just try some shit. We'll see what you like. It'll be fun. Yeah. No pressure.
How about you?
My story was just like, you know, I was in love with this girl and we just had sex and it was good.
The end.
That's the end of the story. Yeah.
End of podcast.
So I dated this girl and I was a fucking beta male simp. Beta male fucking simp for this. I was simping hard for this chick for years. And finally we get together. Stop making that face at me. We finally get together and we live together. And basically we wanted to get experience together with everything except sex. Because she hadn't done anything. I hadn't done anything. We were each other's like first boyfriend, girlfriend. So, you know, we tried fingering, blowjobs, like fucking ass jobs, ear jobs, nose jobs, knee jobs, like every type of job basically. Like we were well employed in the sexual industry, right? We tried every job. And at some point we were like, all right, let's like fuck each other's fucking guts, right? That's not how we spoke. We said like, we should make love. But we wanted to make love, right? And I thought that, because I was going to, like we knew condoms, yeah, you got to wear condoms. So I thought the smaller condom that you can get, the better the sex will feel, because it'd be tighter, right? Makes sense. It's like, what size pants should you wear? Like literally a size 2. And if you can get yourself into them, you'll look better. Like as small as possible. Ideally get the stretchy jeans. Just wear a pair of stockings because they stretch really well. It's what I usually wear like most days. You see me when I go outside.
Especially if you're a guy. Stockings are
Stockings
the
look
way
good
to
on
go.
me. I can't lie. Guys, I'm being serious now. I know I know it sounds like I'm being silly, but stockings will show off your dick. And like there's nothing more alpha than your dick out in public. You know, you walk past a nice police officer or whatever, they'll give you the thumbs up. And you'll just have girls like on that D, like immediately. So tightest condom that I could possibly find was like extra small or some shit. And I take it back and we're ready to do the deed, right? And so I try and get this little tiny fucking condom on my dick. And I can't get it down further than like maybe like half an inch. Like I just can't get it on my dick. And in trying to get it on there, I lost my erection because I'm like fiddling with it. I'm trying to pull it and I'm thinking like something's wrong here. Like maybe I'm doing this wrong. So I take the condom off. We get hard again. We make out. And I try again, and this time like she's pulling on one side of it, I'm pulling on the other. We're both like trying to stretch this thing open like a balloon or something, trying to get that gaping hole, like my dick in that gaping hole. And when I say gaping, I mean like half an inch wide, right? It's so fucking small, and my dick is like, I'll tell you right now, my dick is wider than half an inch. Not bragging, but it's not half an inch wide, okay? And I'm trying to get it on. We can get it on about like a quarter of the way this time. And we're trying to roll it down, but it's like cutting off circulation. You can't roll that thing down. It's like stuck like a rubber band wrapped around my dick, like the claws of death, like clenching down on my poor fucking penis. And I go soft again. And so we try again a couple more times. I think we had to try over a couple of days as well. I think we gave up that night. My memory's hazy because it's obviously a fucking shit experience, so I've blocked it out. And plus it was like a long time ago. It was when I was like 19. So like 15 years. So we try again. We try several more times. And at some point, we managed to get it down enough that it was like halfway down. And so the bottom of my dick goes soft because there's no blood circulation. But the top is still kind of hard because it's like it's cut off the blood. So the blood's like sticking in the top. So the top half of my dick is hard. And so I managed to like thumb it in. Like we use your thumb, you kind of just squish it in. Like think like putting like tacky on the wall or something. You're trying to fill a hole in. You're just like thumbing that in. So I thumb it in. Technically that was sex, but like it wasn't really. And like it felt so shit. And we had a point where I could get most of it in, but like I couldn't move because it was like you can't have sex with a fucking noodle. It's like fucking bendy, you know. Captain, what's that thing? Captain Mr. Stretch Armstrong. Any of you who know that? And so we had like the world's shittest sex that wasn't really sex at all because like I don't even think I got it in more than like half an inch. So it wasn't proper sex. We got so fucking depressed from that because we didn't know it was the condom. I didn't realize that it was because my dick wasn't fully hard that it felt bad, and also because the blood, like, the circulation was cut off.
Surely that hurt.
Yeah, it hurt like hell. But I
Yeah.
thought that's what sex was, and so did she. And so we just thought that we'd been like scammed. So we didn't have sex for like a couple months after that. We didn't even try again for a couple of months because we thought we'd been scammed. And like it was like a early life crisis for both of us. We were like, everyone told us sex is amazing. Our parents had sex. Like sex is on every billboard. Like, was this all just a scam? Was this like some sort of like, I don't know, fucking 9/11 conspiracy before 9/11 even happens? Like, what the fuck is this? And then randomly several months later, I don't know, I was at a chemist or something, and I thought maybe I should try a different size condom. So we bought like normal condoms. We put that on. We had sex. Hallelujah. It felt fucking good. It was like good, but yeah, man, my virginity story is like depression, like for months. Like I just thought that I'd been scammed. I thought that sex was shit. I didn't know that having a soft dick is a bad thing. I just thought that's what sex was. I thought like your dick just goes semi-soft and you have to try and like thumb that bad boy in. And she was pretty sweet about it. She wasn't like, she was as sad as I was. She didn't think that I'd let her down. We just both thought that sex was shit.
But surely from like, you know, like her giving you a blowjob, you would know that you need to be...
Blowjob felt amazing.
Yeah, that you need to be hard for it to work.
That shit
you know?
felt so good. I could come, so I was so sensitive. She could just like give me a blowjob for 5 seconds, not 5 seconds, but like 20 seconds and I would come.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just
like
thought sex was different. We thought like, it's a scam. So that's how I lost my virginity. That's how you lost your virginity. Guys, what I want you to do, and girls, and non-binary dinosaurs and attack helicopters and shit, leave a comment below if you're watching on YouTube and tell us how you lost your virginity. If you're watching on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any of that sort of stuff, I love you, but go fuck yourself because you can't leave a comment on those platforms. So fuck off.
Not nice.